Hi and welcome to the Market Alert for Thursday the 21st of August 2025. So surprise rise in inflation in the UK to highest in more than a year and a half. More on this in just a moment. And other news, let's have a look. Gold gains as a V-shaped recovery puts lipstick on otherwise pig of a day for stocks. So stocks down again yesterday. And what did we have yesterday? We had the VIX expiration as well during yesterday as well, which weighed a bit on the markets. Other headlines, US stocks mostly declined amid continued tech weakness and FOMC meeting minutes, and markets chop to Fed Cook criticisms and FOMC meeting minutes, which were released last night, but not with the press conference or a rate cut announcement that comes next month. So inflation numbers yesterday, Rachel from accounts not happy, obviously, because we were forecast at 3.7. They came out at 3.8, and the core CPI at 3.8 as well, 3.7. The RPI up 0.3 as well, from 4.5 to 4.8. Actually, it's up at 0.4. If you look at the previous, and this is why they don't talk about this on the TV anymore. They focus on the CPI numbers in all of the business programs and newspapers, etc. So yeah, not good for yesterday. Today is going to be a bit of a rough one as well, because we've got public sector net borrowing. Previous was 20 billion, 0.7. I wondered why I'd not seen this on Forex Factory. It's because it's actually been graded down to a low impact news item. How can public sector borrowing be a low impact news item when Rachel's been borrowing like it's gone out of fashion? We just have a look at the last few months there. You can see, if I can just get this to move over, which is not playing ball, but yeah, you can see there we've been moving higher over the last few months with regards to more borrowings. So that's out at 7 a.m. Then you've got all of the flash news, which is a pain. But the market will be waiting for this one here, day one of the Jackson Hole Symposium. I think it's usually a 3-day event, but we'll see. But certainly 2 for sure. And what else we got? We got FOMC member Bostic speaking at 12:30 as well, just before the US kick-off. Right, so let's have a look at these markets from yesterday and kick off with the Dow. So in the Dow, sideways for yesterday. Got a bit of demand coming into the market. We've also got a bit of a drop in momentum as well, as markets remain sideways to lower there. Closing below the 5-bar moving average, which is why the price bars are red, but the 20-bar moving average is still above the 50 and the 200 obviously below this, so still on the right side of the long side. And we recently had that all-time high of 45274, which remains intact at the moment, but there is weakness around at the moment, and certainly choppiness, as you can see there. Yesterday market was going up nicely, cash market opened, and then the rest was just very choppy, as it said in the headlines. Market needs to stay above yesterday's low in order to hold the sideways move. Failing to do this, we'll see prices move towards the 20-bar moving average in the daily chart. And in the German DAX, the market moving lower too, below the 5-bar moving average, but there is a bit of an increase in demand, despite the fact that we're also rolling over here as well. A bit like the Dow, above the 20-bar moving average as well. 30-minute charts, we had a bit of activity in the morning, market moving higher, and then pulling back 89%, and overnight prices below the DP and heading back towards the low. I wouldn't be surprised to see the low retested for the German DAX. So in the S&P 500, some buying coming in there yesterday, short covering, holding the market at 50% retracement. Market trying to stay above the 20-bar moving average as well. It will need to do this. If not, you'll get a retest of the 50% retracement there as well. 30-minute charts, everything was fine in the pre-market, and then wallop straight down in the cash market, but the market then coming back. It looks like some people are deciding to jump ship, using the futures market to rally prices and values up beforehand, and then hitting it hard with some sell orders there. In the UK, brace yourself for this one. It's beyond the twilight zone. This is. So inflation rises yesterday, and the market goes up. I don't know what to say. I am actually short of words here for this one. I just cannot understand, for the love of God, why this market is doing what it's doing. But 9,500 is on the cards for this market. It's just insanity. I have no rhyme, reason, or any other words to describe why, or research to why this market is actually going up when the UK economy is falling apart, and then we've got the public sector borrowing rising, inflation going up, jobs losses increasing, and yet the stock market continues to move to the upside. Anybody, any idea? Please let me know, because I haven't got a clue why that happened yesterday. None whatsoever. And you can see this. So the inflation numbers come out, they're bad news, and the market does that. So I have no idea. No idea. After 35 years of trading, no idea why it's doing what it's doing at the moment. So let's have a look at the US dollar. And in the US dollar, strength is still there. We've sort of got a new uptrend developing there at the moment. Very quiet though. Like I say, we're in the last sort of 2 weeks of the summer holes as well, which always is a pain. It doesn't see the market to move that much during this period of time either. But let's have a look at the metals reaction yesterday. And in silver, well, I couldn't believe this yesterday when the market turned around, and it turned around quite sharply as well, coming off that 62% area. If we have a look at the 30-minute chart there, you can see all of a sudden, mid-morning, there was a bit of an explosion to the upside and a breakout, and it held. Apart from the one red bar, of course, the obligatory one that you get when the LBMA set the price, but other than that, that was taken with a pinch of salt, and the market continuing to move up needs to take out the high of yesterday. But a big surprise there, big surprise. Gold also moving high, but overnight showing some more weakness, sideways to lower there as well. You can see there moving up nicely, but overnight weaker than silver. So let's have a look at the gold-silver ratio. So gold-silver ratio moving down, which you'd expect with gold being slightly weaker than silver there. So not quite making it to the 90 level. What did we get to yesterday? We got to 89.57. So not quite there, but headed in that direction yesterday until, say, just mid-morning. The market then taking off. Very big surprise for me. Let's see if it can be maintained. Right, let's have a look at yesterday's trades in the German DAX 2-minute chart. So as I mentioned in the alert, and again in this one, the market's very choppy at the moment. Difficult to see any sort of direction except for sideways to lower at the moment. And of course the market's still waiting to see if there's going to be any peace deal from Monday and Tuesday's meeting with Putin and Zelensky. So the market sideways when it kicked off, sideways to lower, and then managed to get back to the low, because they like to bring the market back up to the low, don't they? So the market up, and then we had a sell signal that traded back to the low, the 200 MA, the 50 EMA, and that's where the market stopped for a moment or two, and then came back and had another look at it before bouncing off and heading back up towards the close until we got the final cut-off there at 10 a.m. where the market then became even more sideways, as you can see, going into the US afternoon session. We had a short trade to begin with, but the US decided to turn around and start moving back. The DAX then moved with it, but then decided to go back with the US markets to the downside there, and then just got into a choppy market there from just breaking the low, which you can see, and then making a few more new lows, except for this one where we managed just to scream down to the scalp. The buying came in, and the market then sideways to higher once more, getting back to that low. You can see how the high and the low are like magnets to prices, and they just want to keep getting back to these levels if they can. Let's have a look, see where we are overnight. And at the moment you can see that we've had a bit of a move to the downside below the close and the DP, and now we've got a bit of an 89% retracement. We've seen some buying coming into the market to hold it. Let's see if it holds, and if not, I suspect we're going to go down and retest the low. Now my money would be more so on that than to the upside at the open today. Right, that will do it for this one. Let's see what happens today. It's a bit tricky at the moment, to say the least, but that's, I say, par for the course in the last week of August, or the last couple of weeks of August and summer holes. Right, that's it for this one. Have a great day, and as ever, thanks for watching. See you in the next one.